Well, some highlight for you, particularly the goal. Victor Diwana, 9 goals in this competition. And if you, saw how we finished that off, you will know that surely this is one for the future. But I like the atmosphere. Yeah. 20,000 students filling that arena.
It was packed full.
And then Ogedegbe Primary School kids, winners of China's National Kids Cup, were special guests.
Yeah, a little bit of title celebration, a little bit of a trophy parade with the governor right there in the stadium. But the scoreline didn't do justice to the game. I felt that Ogwashi-Uku should have won by a wider margin. But they took their opportunity, took that goal, well taken goal. It was a match fitting for a final, and I hope we get to see other states have competitions like this shown live, stimulate the interest, and show that, look, there's a lot that could be done through sports. I just imagine what those kids that were in that stadium could be doing at that time they were in that stadium, and knowing fully well that, look, the whole world is watching what I'm doing at this moment. It will take your mind off a lot of negative things.
And things are really changing for these kids.
Yeah.
Channels National Kids Cup, live on Channels TV, primary school children playing for the whole world to see. Then the Delta State Governors Cup, also live on cable TV for everybody to see. Surely good times are back for the young ones. And we'll move from Delta very quickly. We'll go to Oyo State. Oyo State also had the Governors Cup played yesterday. They had the final of the Oyo Governors Cup played yesterday. And we'll just allow you to see now the results of the final match. A Shegun group of schools beating Muslim Grammar School 2-0. By the way, Muslim Grammar School, I think, are the defending champions, but they lost their title, they lost their crown to A Shegun group of schools 2-0 in yesterday's final. The third place, we had Saruddin Grammar School from Shaki beating Kishi Community 2-1 on penalties after both teams had played out a 2-all draw. And of course, the good thing for me, Yemi, is that in Channels National Kids Cup, we had 2 governors. Lagos State Governor, Delta State Governor. At the Delta State Finals, we had the Delta State Governor physically present. At the Oyo State Final, we had the Oyo State Governor physically present. So, it's a new attitude, there's a new change, a new effort at genuinely developing football from the grassroots. And I hope that it goes on and on and on this way, across the federation.
I think our leaders have realized that, if you're going to work with the youth, you have to work with things that they are interested in. It's not about throwing money at people. It's not about speeches. It's not about it's about what you are able to put on the table. And sports is a very good tool. Take the children off the streets. Show them that, look, your life can have purpose. Your life can have meaning. If you can use your talent for things other than mischief, if you can use your talent for positive things. And I'm very happy, and I hope that other states will be doing that. And if other states do that, there will be not much work for the NFF to do. To just be
coordinating. Lagos Junior League,
harnessing potentials here and there, and before you know it, we become a powerhouse like Spain that has a reservoir of talent. In fact, the Spanish team is so good that the coach keeps changing players,
It gets confused sometimes.
And the results
are even sometimes they have to allow players to go play for other countries.
And the results are still the same.
The same. They're always winning.
Yeah.
But then don't forget that Spain will be one of our opponents at the FIFA Confederation Cup. All right, so we'll be at the end of the receiving end. All right, but I think we can make do. We can show that we have a lot of quality. But before we wrap up the show tonight, let's quickly go to Ondo, and this time talk about the Mimiko Under-18 international competition that is also going to be taking place in the next couple of days. From end of this month to early next month, 16 teams will be in Akure, and they will be taking part at the Mimiko Under-18 international soccer competition. We have a list of the teams that will be participating. I hope we can get that for you on screen very quickly. We have Haraman Sports Club from Turkey. I told you it's an international event. They will be taking part in it. We have Virgin Kids FC from Plateau. We have Prestige Heights International from Ghana. Yobo Football Academy, that's the academy owned by Super Eagles, former Super Eagles, Super Eagles captain.
I don't
can't
like
call him former. I don't want to call him former because he's not official. Yeah. He's the captain of the team. He's the owner of this academy. It's called the Yobo Football Academy. They are based in Lagos. They'll be taking part. We have Yerima Football Club from Cote d'Ivoire. We have Grace Scholars Soccer Academy in Ogun State. We have the Ondo State Football Agency. They have a football academy. They will be taking part. We have a Beach Settlers Academy from Igbokoda. They will also be taking part. So it's a mixture. We have Tura Football Academy from Akoko. That's somewhere in Ondo State. We have Young Stars FC from Akure. Fountain Youth Sports Club from Ekiti. We have El Kanat FC from Akwa Ibom. They will be taking part. River Lane Youth Club from Enugu. Vocam Revival Academy from Benue. And Kwankwasia FC from Kano. And Magate Football Club from Oyo will be taking part. 16 teams in all, within, outside Nigeria and Africa, will be taking part from next week. So that's a good one, and I hope that all these things, Yemi, impacts on grassroots football in Nigeria.
That's my hope too. And we can always commend all the people that are putting these things together. And at some point, when we begin to reap the rewards of some of these things, I hope that with better organization, we'll be able to harness the results and get positive impact on our football. Okay,
I'm sorry our time is up, but before we close, let me just read 2 comments quickly via Twitter. I read this one from Emeka Dena. He's impressed with the turnout of spectators at the Delta Governors Cup final, and he wonders when we will have such a turnout for the Nigeria Professional Football League. When we sort out things like bad officiating, security, we'll begin to have good turnout. Already Ibadan is beginning to bring out such things. Soda Inde Olujide says, God bless Delta State for the organization and investment in sports. I see them continuing to rule Nigerian sports. And then someone says, we must also commend Channels Television for what they've done for youth football in Nigeria. Of course, Channels, we love what we're doing. We will continue to do it and help these kids to fulfill their potentials. Yemi, final shot on the program. Let's talk basketball very quickly. San Antonio Spurs are through to the final. Yeah. Memphis thoroughly embarrassed.
4-0. Straight games, and Miami Heat. They will have to wait for the winner between Miami Heat and Indiana Pacers. But of course, this was game 3 that saw San Antonio Spurs
take a 3-0 lead.
And it was a whitewash. Tony Parker and Tim Duncan, coming to the party. And of course, it was a whitewash actually.
Okay, let's leave it with that and ask you to enjoy the rest of the night. Bye-bye now.
As Parker hits a pull-up, if you're locked into taking out one guy like they are.
Well, they began as an expansion team in Vancouver. He was an assistant coach back in '95. As Green puts up a three and puts it in. And the Spurs have their first lead of the game.
And around the NBA.
And in overtime, they're allowed to look at out-of-bounds plays. Gasol rolls it down.
The doctor.
Duncan to Ginobili, layup. Oh, what a beautiful pass from.
Try to deny. Good back cut. Good feed by Duncan.
Finally to Gasol. Marc Gasol, nice soft touch. 16 points.
Who's going to protect the basket when Gasol commits to the pick and roll?
Ginobili misses the three. Allen the rebound for the final shot. 6 seconds. Gasol looking. Back to Conley. Conley on the drive. The runner puts it up. Shot won't go. Rebound. And that's it. Overtime for the second consecutive game.
Tries to throw in the pick and roll. Very difficult.
Duncan drives on Gasol. Banks it in. And a foul. Gasol took a shot in the mouth. Spurs can afford to take some time off right now. Under 2.5 remaining. Splitter. Up and in. Tim Duncan with another nice pass. And it's an 8-point lead in over.
Covenant Christian Center hosts Pastor Scott Webb for a faith seminar.
So once again, we see that with authority comes responsibility, and with responsibility comes authority. And there is authority in your tongue. Everybody say, my tongue, direct power.
Pastor Scott Webb is the senior pastor of Word of Life Bible Church, Alabama. A 1980